There it is, the blood moon.
Yeah. Crazy.
There's perfect. It's perfect right there. I got it perfect size. 2.7 times. Hey, how is everyone? There's the puppies. A little below 90. But I was a exhaustive weekend this weekend. I spent all day at the Austin Save America or something like that Trump rally, and it was a long day, and you couldn't. They weren't allowed. You know, Secret Service wasn't allowing drinks in there, so you couldn't like bring like a bottled water. But when you got in there, the Democrats that worked there protested, and they didn't stock any of the shelves. And Austin's pretty liberal, and that's what I heard. And so they had to give him extra money to stock the shelves. So that, you know, it was funny. But there was no food. There was one. What you only could get pizza, and apparently they brought those in. The only thing that was successful was the breakfast with Dinesh D'Souza. That went off without a hitch. But I didn't go to that because I didn't pay enough. And but there weren't any protesters other than the workers at the convention center refusing to stock the shelves with water and stuff, so we could drink like bottled water instead of Coke. So I didn't eat the whole day I was there, man. We got back and we went and got hamburgers, and that was not like enough to eat at all. So, but I ended up staying up all night. I don't know if all the starving, if the fasting, but boy, oh man, it didn't make me sick, but God, I was on the toilet all night. Damn them Democrats. Now, I don't know if they were Democrats, but someone said that, and I thought it was funny. I don't have like confirmation outside of someone in there that I was joking around with. Ted Nugent freaking rocked the national anthem. It was Jimi Hendrix style, I guess. That's what they said. But it was good. Guy's 74 years old, man. Doesn't look it. Looks really young. He said that he was 74 years sober. But thank God for... Ted Nugent was cool, man. It was cool, man. He rocked out, man. But anyhow, he's sharp too, man. So, naturally, all you could bring in there was your phone. So I made sure my phone was charged up, and I was like, well, I got to save my battery for, Trump. And so I only recorded like mainly Sammy Hagar. He rocked. So it was cool, but Trump Jr., he was really bashing on the alphabet people. Kimberly Gutfoyle was the other speaker. She's hot for a 50-year-old woman, but I'd rather seen someone up there that was like a lot younger. Because you can only be so hot at 50. Oh, now you like, there's not a lot of people that can be like Bo Derek hot at 50. You know what I'm saying? Farrah Fawcett was kind of hot when she got older, up until the. All right, hold on. Let me see what I.
mustard, a Dijon mustard, a honey mustard, a classic baseball mustard, yellow mustard, and I also love a horseradish mustard or Chinese mustard. Mustard. I put mustard on everything. Literally almost everything.
The story is about the man and his wife sitting having breakfast. Very nice couple. And the man said, Margaret, no, it was the other way around. Margaret said to John, John, if I would die, would you get married right away after my death? But John said, well, that's the darndest thing. Here's a beautiful morning and we're sitting here having a nice breakfast together and you bring up this terrible thing about death. I'm not going to talk to you. That's a terrible thing to do, Margaret. And I forget about it. But she didn't forget about it. She brought the same thing up that night. And he did the same thing. And then for about 3 days, she said, now, what, if I would die, would you get married? Finally, he gave up, and he said, one night, she said, if I would die, would you get married again? He said, yes, I would. Now, is that settled? She said, would you sell the house? He said, no. No, I wouldn't sell the house. She said, would you sell our bed? He said, no. No, I wouldn't. It's our bed. I don't see any reason why. No, I wouldn't sell the bed. She said, well, you certainly wouldn't let her touch my golf clubs. And he said, no, she's left-handed.
Put this all together and not even comment on it, but
On May 22nd, 2020, 13 years after construction began in 2007, the Akademik Lomonosov went into full operation. It is currently the world's only floating nuclear power plant. In this video, we want to understand why Russia is building these new facilities and what strategic advantages they try to gain. The nuclear plant consists of two KLT-40 naval propulsion reactors that are already being used in Russian icebreakers. It is 144 meters long and 30 meters wide and will be able to provide up to 70 megawatts of electricity. The heat generated during nuclear fission can be used for district heating. Since the vessel has no propulsion of its own, it must be towed to wherever it is heading. And every 12 years, the entire power plant will be towed back to the shipyard where it is overhauled and the nuclear waste is unloaded. Completion of the Akademik Lomonosov took place in St. Petersburg, from which the ship was then towed to Murmansk. Here, it was equipped with the nuclear fuel elements, repainted, and then began its journey to its first location, Piviek, north of the Arctic Circle. The power plant will supply this shrinking port town with energy, and it should replace an existing, aging power plant. Russia wants to mass-produce these floating power plants and therefore achieve more efficient construction than is currently possible with nuclear power plants. In addition to cost savings resulting from the assembly line efficiencies of a shipyard, the project planners also hope to reduce local opposition that is common with new nuclear plants. These vessels can be removed from a region with little effort, which could increase acceptance of such projects. Additionally, these plants can be used more flexibly. They could bridge transition times in regions that are undergoing structural change. And these power plants could cover short-term energy requirements, for example in larger construction projects or offshore drilling. Now looking at Russia's coast, it's quite obvious where these plants will be used. The Russian Arctic is experiencing the consequences of global warming, and the Russian government is investing into this region. Since 1978, scientists have been able to continuously monitor the polar region with satellites. And the data shows that the area of sea ice is declining. Proportionally, the amount of old ice, which is thicker and contributes to the binding of new ice, is reduced. This facilitates access to northern oil and gas deposits, and the Russian government wants to promote the usage of the Northern Sea Route, a shorter connection between Europe and Asia. The amount of time each year that this route is clear of ice and can be passed by container ships is increasing. On March 6, 2020, Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a strategy paper that outlines Russia's intention in the Arctic for the next 15 years. It includes measurements to improve the socio-economic situation of communities in these regions, as well as further promote the Northern Sea Route, as well as tax reliefs for oil and gas projects in the Arctic. As part of these plans, Russia is also renewing its nuclear icebreaker fleet with 2 new classes that are planned to be larger and more powerful than the existing icebreakers. The floating power plant could be an important tool in this larger Russian plan to better utilize the strategic potential of the country's Arctic region. For example, 5 of these floating power plants will be used by the Russian energy company Gazprom for offshore drilling platforms on the Kola and Jamal peninsulas.
Long said, America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him. I was going to put him. I was going to put him. I was going to put him.
That's when I realized he was a fucking idiot.
Significantly.
I have incredibly good judgment. One, I married Jill. And 2, I appointed John Johnson to the Academy. I just want you to know that. Just clap for that, you stupid bastards.
The words of a president matter. Significantly. It's a joke. You didn't know where we were anyway. It's a joke. The words of a president matter. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke.
It's a joke.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Amazingly, this White House tweet is still up. They tweeted it yesterday. It says, quote, "When President Biden took office, millions were unemployed and there was no vaccine available." And it goes on from there. But as you know, that's not true. There was vaccine available. It might not have been widely available, but it was available. CNN fact checker Daniel Dale points out more than 3 million Americans had been fully vaccinated. More than 18 million had at least one shot by inauguration day. I think President Biden, then President-elect Biden, had 2 shots by then. You're the president's chief medical advisor. Why is the White House politicizing the pandemic by tweeting out that there was no vaccine available until Joe Biden became president? It's not true.
You know, Jake, I'm sorry. I can't explain every tweet that comes out. So you're talking to the wrong person. I wasn't involved in the tweet. I just can't explain it. Sorry.
But I know you can't explain it, but certainly you would agree that it's important to have facts when it comes to assertions being made about the vaccine, whether it's from the Trump White House or the Biden White House. And certainly you would agree that there was vaccine available before Joe Biden became president.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he got vaccinated and others got vaccinated. So, I mean, I think from a pure accuracy, that's not a correct statement. But, I mean, you know, it just went out. I'm sorry. There's nothing I could do about that, Jake.
An investigation into 3 Kiel middle school students has been launched.
The school district has filed a Title IX complaint accusing the students of using incorrect pronouns while addressing another student. Fox 11's Monique Lopez spoke with the parent of one of the students in this Project Education report.
I received a phone call from the principal over at the elementary school forewarning me, letting me know that I was going to be receiving an email with sexual harassment allegations against my son.
Rosemary Rabidou's 13-year-old son, Braden, is one of the 3 8th grade Kiel middle school students accused of sexual harassment, something she disputes.
He said he's being allegedly charged with sexual harassment for not using proper pronouns. I thought it wasn't real. I thought this has got to be a gag, a joke. One has nothing to do with the other.
All right, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Comment below.